following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Here's Johnny.
I was looking at Freddie DeCordova handing me what Chaz was eating. I thought it was some kind of vegetable, something you could eat, and it's nothing but cardboard.
American cardboard.
Just good old cardboard. Well, let's go figure. Vincent Price is here tonight. He is currently in a new film called Madhouse. That would figure with Vincent. And he has a brand new album for Cadman Records called The Graveyard of Ghost Tales. I can't imagine anybody who could tell him any better. Would you welcome Mr. Vincent Price?
Funniest woman in the world.
Yes, she is.
You are the funniest woman in the world. Oh, God.
You know, I said the first time, and I can still remember, the very first time she was on our show, and clear back in '66, I said to her, she just did a routine that knocked everybody down. I said, boy, you are going to be a big star in this business, because there's something you sensed.
I owe everything to you.
Oh, you don't owe me.
It's true, John.
You don't owe me
Most
anything.
people don't say that to you that often the way they should. Everything to this show. And
Well, thank you. You don't need to say that. Yeah, I see. There's you. But if you were no good, I'd never use you again, you say. You could also come here and die, and then you say, oh, it was Carson's fault. I died.
I got so hungry watching
Is that a weird act?
What happens?
I don't know.
Where does it go? Somebody said they didn't want to be in the dressing room with it.
I don't know whether he's small. I remember guys in the circus as a kid or in the carnival when they would eat ground glass and light bulbs and break it up and eat. You say maybe their digestive system can just take it or something, but it's a little weird.
It's marvelous.
Is that the name of the motion picture, Madhouse?
Madhouse, yes.
Is it another?
Yeah, it's sort of.
I told you this before. I want to play. Someday, I swear, I would love to play the little assistant in the castle.
We did a sketch once.
Right, you know, where you say Igor, and it's always like, yes, master. Oh, I want one of those.
You were marvelous.
That was crazy. It was fun.
You could do it easily.
Just play it natural.
Without makeup, yeah.
So, Madhouse is another...
Yeah, Madhouse is kind of a whodunit, really. It's a kind of thriller with Peter Cushing. Who's a marvelous
Oh, yes,
actor.
he's a good actor.
Yeah,
English, is he not?
Yes. And we had great fun making it, as a matter of fact.
I think the last time you were here, Exorcist had just come out or something, and you said you'd never seen it, or you didn't know whether you wanted to see it or not.
You made some remark. You said that it was so frightening that even I wouldn't go to see it.
Yeah, it was strange.
4 million people told me this, so
Right.
I've tried to see it now for about 6 months, but I'm not going to stand in line.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So I went to the 5 o'clock show the other day. Scared the hell out of me. I was all alone.
Oh.
That's got to be pretty weird.
I thought, my God, the picture's dying, because there was nobody there at all.
That's got to be kind of a strange reaction. Somebody sitting there watching it and turn around and see you there, and you being scared into horror fiction. That's got to shake them good.
I hid under a bag of popcorn doing a great deal of it. Ooh, gee.
The good out-and-out horror movies, I think, are good. They're kind of a good catharsis, aren't they? As long as they're not cruel or violent just for violence.
I did one a couple of years ago. I think it was the best one I ever did, called Theater of Blood.
Yeah. Oh, that was
I
sensational.
killed everybody in it. I loved it.
And the House of Wax was
House of Wax was another one, yeah.
Yeah.
But they are fun to do. They're great fun to try and make the unbelievable believable. It's just the opposite of Marlon Brando.
I see you regularly or occasionally on Hollywood Squares.
Yes.
You're a good game player. You do that at parties?
Yes,
Some people are natural game players.
I was doing TV games on silent television.
Before they even...
I feel that way. But years ago there was one...
Pantomime I was going to say, Mike Stokey. I used to do a joke. I said, you can always tell the way the new television season starts. Mike Stokey comes up and sees his shadow and stays on for another 13 weeks, because that was one of the... It used to be called Pantomime Quiz, and then it went to another title, or charades, Celebrity Charades or something.
There were only about 5,000 sets in the whole West. And you'd ride down the street and people say, you were so stupid last night, because everybody who owned a set felt very personal about you being on television. It was the first show ever to win the Emmy.
I think you're right.
There were only 3 people to vote on it.
You people got so good on that show because you worked out your own...
We all did all those kind of things.
They could give you a title a block long, and somebody would come out and go...
Yeah. Oh, it's
And he
true.
says, the so-and-so, the taming of the shrew, and you'd say, what are the
We
clues?
had a wonderful one time. Hans Conried was doing it, and I was guessing. And he finally got this whole thing, and I got the fact of Macy's window. And the only thing I could think of was, I'll kiss it in Macy's window.
Was that right?
That was right, but it was off the air.
Oh, that one was never seen.
No, it was before those.
Is that show
Macy's
still
days.
on? It was
Yes, I think it still comes back
in
in the
syndication
summer.
around.
Yeah. Sort of in northern Michigan and places.
We're gonna try something tonight. I thought of this when you were going to be on. I said, what we can do? We made a salad with you.
Yeah.
Because you're a gourmet cook. How's that beautiful cookbook of yours?
It's
still in
coming out in a new edition. I can't believe it.
Lovely, gorgeous book he and his wife put out. And so you made a salad for us one night. We've done a sketch.
Yeah. We did a ballet dance lesson once.
Did a ballet lesson. I said, what can we do with
Two
Vince?
of us, a ballet lesson.
Now, knowing that you are an avid art collector
Yeah.
and know art, and for a while we're going around the country buying art for one of them for Sears, most people get so shook up when they go to buy a painting or something, and we thought it might be fun tonight. I says, why don't you, I said to one of our staff, I says, have somebody go to one of the galleries somewhere
Yeah.
and pick up some paintings. Now, we haven't...
What, have you done a dirty?
No, it's not to embarrass you.
All right.
But most people, when they go in and look at a painting, don't know. And you say, well, is that good? Is it bad? How do I know good art from bad? Is it something just because you like it, or does it go with the drapes?
Yeah.
Etc. And we got some paintings, and we thought if you'd like to do it and are willing, we'll show the paintings and give a critique.
Okay.
And see if you can differentiate between, say, an expensive painting, which necessarily does not make it a quality painting, does it? I mean,
No, the thing that's happened, is
Art has gone
supply
like-
and demand.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I mean, a Rembrandt brings $5 million because there ain't none. And if you want one, you're going to pay $5 million for it, because you'd be the only one available. But the art market is really crazy now. I'd love to see these.
Yeah,
things.
and we'll just get a critique,
right.
and we'll let the people go along with it and try to figure out
Whether they like it.
whether it is good
Yeah.
or would they pay X number of dollars for it or not. You willing?
Yeah, wonderful.
Okay, we'll do this first. And here's a word from Excedrin. Gentle Excedrin PM, the pain reliever that helps you get a good night's sleep. Okay, I was just saying, you've been nominated for a Grammy Award for...
Yeah, for telling ghost tales to kids.
I think
that's
bad.
great.
It's great fun. I love them. They're for children.
Okay, great. I mentioned that one of our staff members picked up some paintings from the Ankrum Gallery here in Los Angeles. It was kind enough to send them over, and we have them hung over here. I suppose it's really only fair that you go to the paintings. You can't really give any opinion seeing them over there unless we go over there, right?
Unless they come to life, like in Laguna Beach.
Tableaus, the living tableau. Okay, let's go over it. I have all the information, and we'll see how you do.
All right.
I've not seen these myself, so...
I haven't seen it.
Okay, we're going to start with number one. Okay, we'll kind of stay there, Vincent. Now, this is one of the paintings. I probably shouldn't give the title or the name of the painter because you might recognize the person. And we'll try to figure out about whether it's a good painting. A good painting is what? Relative when you say good. I mean, we know Rembrandt is good and Picasso because they're established and have lasted for years and years and years, and Dali and so forth, and Monet and all of those people. But
a painting is good, really, if it's well done. I mean, whatever they're trying to do, even if they're trying to draw straight lines or color. And this is a master painter. I mean, it has, great sort of charm and vitality and a kind of marvelous innocence about it. I think it sort of springs from a thing that Dali did. As a matter of fact, I commissioned him to do it, called the Mystical Rose Madonna.
Dali?
Yeah, and it was the Virgin with a rose through a view of a landscape. So I think it's very
this
beautiful.
is a pastel and a watercolor.
Yeah.
And if you walk into a gallery and somebody looked at that and asked the price, this was painted in 1969. The painter was a gentleman by the name of Morris Broderson.
Yeah,
You know
very,
the painter.
very, very good painter.
See, that's
Yeah.
right away why I shouldn't
Yeah.
say. And this sells in the $4,000 to $5,000 range.
Yes.
Well, you see people go, oh.
He's a marvelous artist, Broderson. He really is. He's one of the top young men out here.
See, now, a lot of people could walk in and look at that, and I'll be honest with you and say, I don't know whether that's any good or not. I'd only say I would like it in the house or it's interesting, but I'm not sure that I'd say, hey, I'll give you $5,000 for that.
It's a very strange picture, I think. It would have to appeal to someone with a kind of, mystic quality about them. It's very beautiful, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we have the second one here is a still life with a drawing of a shell.
Yeah. But this is sort of is based on the work of a man named Morandi, a great Italian who died a few years ago.
I mean, it's based on his style.
Based on his style of kind of pastel and then very pale things against it and very simple composition. Morandi is one of the great geniuses of modern art.
This is not a Morandi.
No, this isn't a Morandi. But this is good, I think, but it's a little precious for me.
It's a contemporary painter. It's a gentleman by the name of Irving Bloch.
Irving Bloch.
Painted last year.
And I would guess that brings around $750. Is that right?
You're not far off. $525.
Well, I didn't win that jackpot, did I?
No, but they say, I wouldn't know. If somebody said this is $5,000 and this was $525, I'm not sure I'd know. That's my problem, among others.
This is not a contemporary. I would say this is an impressionist painter.
This is an impressionist painter, right?
It's hard to see it because the light's bad. And
I'm going to cover up the name.
Even the most modest sort of the impressionist painters today bring enormous prices. I mean, you know, a Renoir just sold for like $3.5 million. I would say that this being not a great name impressionist would be worth $2,000 or $3,000.
Well, it's more than that.
It is?
The painter is Pierre Prince, who was a contemporary of Manet.
Yeah.
And they say some of his works hangs in the Louvre in Paris. This was painted in 1883, and they're asking for this $45,000.
Well, I wouldn't have paid that. Would you?
No, I'd like $37,000 back.
Yes.
But as you say, impressionistic painting. I suppose people say, well, he's a contemporary of Monet. That's it.
And actually, you see, all of the great name impressionists are all gone. They're all in the Louvre or in the Met or
Monet. Monet.
They're all gone. So that now they're getting down to the other impressionist paintings. It's a pretty picture. Picture.
Okay, now we're going to go to another one here.
Look good with my drapes.
Our last painting.
This is rather kooky.
Yeah?
And I don't know. I think it's that kind of surrealist thing. I always wonder a little bit about it.
I never understand paintings like this. Not that I understand Dali all of the time.
No, I don't either. But
Dali is established, and therefore, if somebody said this was Dali, and it was the same painting,
I still wouldn't understand.
People would pay $50,000 probably for this if Dali had his signature down here. But since Dali doesn't have his signature down here, it's not worth that.
But you know, I think, Johnny, to really bring a picture like this off, you've got to be terribly clever. You really got to know what you're doing in color. And there are things that disturb me about it. That disturbs me. It looks like one night I had a terrible And
people always say, what is the artist trying to say? Sometimes he's trying to say really nothing, in effect.
Yeah, he's trying to say mind your own business, for instance.
It's a montage of colors and shapes. And
but it's got a lot of movement and a lot of kind of strangeness about it.
Well, this is by a young black painter. His name is, where is his name? Well, he works under the name of Abdu, A-B-D-U, and it was painted a few years ago. And for this would be $125. We're just trying to show you the wide range of when people see things.
Yeah.
This would be $45,000. This is about $525. This is around the $5,000 class range.
And which is the one we're giving away tonight at the end?
We're giving the $45,000 right here.
Whoever gets this.
Door number 2, Monty. Okay. Come on, thank you. I'm trying to learn about art. I did not have much training, but it always intrigues me when you go to galleries. I find it very difficult.
Oh, boy.
You know, if I see a Monet or I see an Impressionist, I like those because they're really beautiful, some of those paintings, and you say, oh, that's nice. But if I walked into a gallery and saw those 4 paintings, I would be hard put.
It's a big job, you know, because it takes a lot of work. I mean, music, I think we understand because of radio has given us so much free and great music. Yeah. Television hasn't given us much visual education.
Do you think there's a good deal of art forgery nowadays? Remember the case some year ago where they did was it Vermeer?
Yeah.
The Dutch...
he was wonderful. I thought he should have been made a national hero.
And the gentleman who copied Vermeer and was so good at it that he was authenticated by, I think, the British Art Society. Sure. Absolutely beautiful.
And he sold them all to Goebbels.
Sold all of these
I love that.
So-called Vermeer paintings, and they said he was great. Now, as soon as they found out that they were forgeries, they said, he's no good.
Yes, but that's not true. I think he's...
I never understood that. They said, he's no good.
Yes.
Because, now, they weren't copies of Vermeer. They were done in his style.
In his style, with the same kind of paint and same kind of...
So the question is, why was he not a good... He was a good craftsman, they said, but not necessarily the artist, because he didn't bring to that painting the attitude, the originality.
There was a fellow
did.
right after Van Gogh died who imitated Van Gogh and who copied him. And they really flooded the market with these fakes. They were, but they were marvelous. You know, they were absolutely wonderful. And someday somebody will collect them. Fakes will become a big collector's item, I think.
Can I ask you, it sounds so stupid, you're supposed to walk into an art gallery and you're supposed to bargain.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So what do? Like, you just cut it in half? And if he let you go out the door, you figure he's honest?
No, I can't bargain.
I can't either. I
I'm
get
not
crazy.
very good at it. I am too.
They said 45,000. I said, let me think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like take notes. Like
I'll give you
44.5.
Yeah.
That they'd probably
But I want
take.
the frame.
The frame alone isn't worth it.
We'll take a short break here. We'll be right back after this pause from one of our sponsors.